Hello everyone, I'm Donna Lee and welcome back to my channel. Tonight for dinner we're having bone-in pork chops and I think I'm actually going to bake them. But I wanted to turn the camera on and show you how I marinate these. So I have about 3 pounds of pork chops, which is about 6 of them. I'm going to throw them in my big mama bowl. And I'm going to add just a drizzle around of olive oil. Let me come over here. Grab my seasonings. I'm going to take some adobo. I'm just going to lightly sprinkle the top. I'm not even going to give you measurements. You could just watch what I'm doing because it all depends on how many pork chops you're going to make also. Next, I'm going to add some parsley flakes. Same thing. Just going to shake it on the top. Just like that. Onion powder. Same thing. Garlic powder right over the top, and some dried oregano. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and some pepper. I'm also going to be adding 2 packages of sazon. So I'm going to sprinkle that in there. Now I'm going to coat the meat, get it all rubbed in there. Now I'm going to take just like a little splash of water just to get that all incorporated in there. And for the last thing, I have my homemade sofrito. If you'd like to see a recipe on it, just let me know. I'm going to get my ladle. Oh, my little spoon, just like this. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to say about 2 tablespoons, 2 heaping tablespoons. I'm going to put right in there. You know what? Let's make it 3. 3 heaping tablespoons. And then I'm going to get in here and massage that into the pork chops. It smells so good. Now, if you don't know how to make sofrito and you don't like have homemade, you can also find it in the grocery store. It comes pre-packaged. But I find this is more fresh and it's really not that hard to put together, and it gives the meat such good flavor. You don't have to just use it for pork, like you put it in your rice. You could use it on meats, any kind of meats really, chicken, beef. It just adds that extra flavor. Okay, now I'm gonna move this over here, and I have my pitcher with my Ziploc baggie in it. I have to get those things that hold the plastic Ziploc baggies open for when you do like meal prep. I guess I'll go on Amazon and order them, but this is going to work for now. I'm going to take my pork chops and put them inside the Ziploc baggie. And try to get the rest of that marinade from the bowl in there. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands quick. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the plastic baggie out. Ziploc. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Have a little spillage. It's mostly on the inside, so I don't have to worry about touching it. You want to get most of that air out of there. Now we're gonna give it a massage. Now you can do this the night before and let it marinate overnight, which will probably be good. Which it is good. Oh, you know what? I almost skipped one thing. Hang on, let me open this up quick. I almost forgot. I got one regular size lime. I want the lime juice. I'm just gonna do it right inside the bag. Let me get it this over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now we can zip this up. Get that lime juice all moved around in there. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a bowl just in case there's any leaks. Put it in there. I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Now, I'm not going to do this overnight. I'm going to do this probably for about maybe 2 to 3 hours. I'll let it sit in there. And then I'll come back and show you the rest of the food that I'm making for dinner tonight. Okay, so the pork chops were marinated. I have a 13 by 9 bacon dish sprayed with nonstick spray. And I'm going to add the pork chops to it. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees also. Rearrange these. So they fit. Oh, she's a big one. And last but not least. Okay, now that I have them arranged in the bacon dish, I'm gonna top it with some onion. It's a half of a medium onion that I used, and I just cut it in circles. Now I'm gonna place some tin foil over the pan. I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and then I'll be back to show you what sides I'm serving with these. Okay, now that the pork chops are in the oven, I'm gonna start my sides, which is going to be white rice and beans. So what I'm gonna do now is I have my pan set to medium-high heat. And I'm gonna take like this tablespoon, and take like 2 of those and put it in the pan. And then I'm also going to add 1/2 cup of the Goya tomato sauce, which is this. This is a huge can. I didn't need it all, so I'm just using 1/2 cup. And get that mixed in. And then I have about 12 Spanish olives that I'm also going to pop in there. And next, I'm going to add, move this out of the way, some Goya pink beans. I'm not going to drain them either. I'm adding the whole thing right in there. And then I'm also going to add 1/2 of a green pepper and the other half of the onion that I used on the pork chops. I just chopped it up and put it in there. And then I have 1 potato, like a medium-sized potato, cubed up. So now I'm going to add that into the pot as well. Okay, let me get that in there. Now I'm going to take some water. And just get everything covered with it. I used about a cup of water. And now I'm gonna add probably about a tablespoon of this Knorr's chicken bouillon. Just like that. I'm gonna add that in there. Give that a mix. The cubed potato is also gonna act like a thickener. It's gonna thicken the sauce as it starts to simmer. And now for seasonings, I'm just gonna add in, just sprinkle over the top, onion powder. I'm gonna say probably about a teaspoon of each. Same thing with garlic powder. Same thing with a little bit of adobo. I'm gonna add in some parsley flakes. Just covering the top. And Italian seasoning. And some black pepper. Now I'm going to get all that mixed in. And last thing I'm going to add is 2 bay leaves, about this size. Let me get those in there. Make sure everything's nice and covered. Now we want this to come to a boil. And once the potatoes start to be softened up and the sauce thickens, then we'll be ready to go. Now, my stove kind of makes a mess with this, so I'm actually going to pop a lid on it. And then once they're ready, I'll come back and show you what they look like. Okay, so this is what you want your beans to look like. The sauce has thickened up. I let it simmer for about 35 to 40 minutes. And this is what you want, a nice thick broth. Okay, and now I'm gonna plate everything up and show you what it looks like. Okay, everyone, this is tonight's dinner all plated up. Now, I cooked the pork chops for about 60 minutes. I turned them about a half hour through. And then once they were finished, I put broil on high for about 2 minutes just to give them like a little crisp. And I made some fried plantains on the side, or tostones, and some white rice. And here are my beans. And this is tonight's dinner. I hope you try my recipes and I hope you like them. And let me know in the comments if you do try them or if you already had this before. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified every time that I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.